Okay. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jim Warren. Welcome to Everyday Asphalt. Everyday Asphalt is designed to go a little bit deeper in the areas of materials, design, construction, and maintenance. We post all these programs on our YouTube site and also on Audible, not on Audible, but on Spotify and on Apple Podcast for your viewing pleasure. These programs come out every third Thursday of every month. The purpose of the program today is to talk about the Asphalt Pavement EXchange, also called APEX, what it is, how it got started, who's involved in it, and a little bit about what we're going to be doing. This is my new function with TXAPA as directing this program, so I'm really excited about it, and so let's go ahead and get started. There's a lot of pieces about this program that we're gonna go through over the course of this program. But one of the first things we wanted to do was bring in some of the main people that are in charge of kind of getting this thing going and overseeing it. So we're gonna have a list of people that are gonna follow this presentation along. They're gonna sit in the seat right across from me, and as we kind of go through this, we're gonna have this ongoing discussion about what it is and how it affects them, both TxDOT and the contracting industry. So that's going to be our program. Then I'll come back at the end and talk a little bit about what specifically the program is doing and how it's set up to do that. So that's our program today. I hope you enjoy it. I am official. All right. So give me your name and title just for
Johnson, Chief Engineer for TxDOT.
All right. Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's a big deal, man. How long you been with TxDOT?
30 years. Yeah, been around a while, and it's been 6 years, almost 6 years with a contractor, 2 different contractors.
No kidding. Was that before, or is that in the middle?
Start before TxDOT. Got out of college, went to work in Dallas Fort Worth for a heavy highway contractor there. Spent almost 5 years there. I did not know that.
Okay.
And then Angelo and I moved to Central Texas and picked up a job with a heavy highway contractor in Central Texas.
Okay.
And then Howard Holland brought me an application one day. He was the area engineer in Lampasas, and I've been here ever since.
What was your first job at TxDOT?
I was a general engineering technician. So they hired me because the surveyor that they had left, and I had done quite a bit of surveying in the Metroplex. And so I came in and helped finish up some right-of-way surveying that they had. And started that, a couple of years of that, and then some design, and then some construction inspection.
Worked your way up ever since.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's a good way to finish. Probably you're not done yet, but it's a good place to be out yet. Yeah, not counting you out yet, that's for sure. That's for dang sure.
It's been a great ride. It's a great organization. I'm just happy to be here, and privileged and honored to be asked to do the chief's jobs.
Awesome. Forward to it. So before that, about a little over a year ago, we kind of started down this road of this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about the origins of it.
So for Apex, as we have walked through our mixed pavement education discussions through our steering committee that we've been on, we really needed to go to the next level and figure out how we can educate industry and internal department folks as well more about hot mix. And so the origins of this is to try to educate continuous, so not a one and done. So there's a lot of classes everybody goes to. We want to provide just a continuous education so folks can start small, they can grow through it, and they can end up at different levels of understanding, create a career path really for folks education-wise. And it's seeing the need in the industry that we've been seeing for the last couple of years with turnover has really brought home the need for more education industry. And
it's a huge program. And you're kind of like a big part of it, being in charge of it. It's like, I can't imagine how, that's a heavy weight, heavy load.
Well, we have so many fantastic people in the department, and just hundreds and thousands of people before us that have laid groundwork. It's just our job to pick up where they left off and keep going and improving every day.
Okay. In your previous job, as of about 2 days ago or so, you were overseeing all the districts and stuff. And I think that was the context you were looking at it right from that perspective. How do you see this program benefiting the districts?
Oh, multifaceted. So the districts, they do a lot of education internally, and they have good people that try to train their folks. But being able to partner with industry and partner with TXAPA to provide this Apex program is just really going to propel them into the next level. And so when we have a young inspector, for example, sending them through the Apex education program will make them a smarter inspector quicker on the job, which helps industry to have a partner. Sure. Sending industry through the Apex program really creates a better partnership path
because they're getting all the same stuff. And then they're able to talk.
That's right.
At this level instead of this level or that level.
Yep.
Guys, and I think that just fosters the whole communication thing a whole lot better. And so you mentioned this is not being a one and done thing. This is designed to be a very long-term program. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the program, all the different aspects of this program that we're working on. So, but I really just kind of appreciate you coming in. I know you're a busy guy now. Now you're even busier, and appreciate your leadership and trying to get this thing up and running and give us the opportunity to kind of do something that nobody else is doing. This is pretty cool stuff. So I'm excited about it too.
Well, I'm excited that TXAPA is interested in partnering with.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The work you're doing is fantastic too, Jim.
Well, I appreciate it.
I know that you've gotten very busy as well. You're doing a great job getting this going. I think folks are going to look back years to come and go, wow, that was the best thing in the world to do.
Hopefully.
As our state is growing, we have tremendous growth, industry growth here. Trying to figure out what to do with aggregates, trying to figure out what to do with asphalts. How do we mix it and how do we put it on the road, provide the best payment that we can, get long life out of it, and do it as a partnership. This is the best way to go.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Everybody, good luck to you. Thanks. Bye. Harold Mullen joins us. Awesome, buddy. I think this might be the first time I've got you. We've been sat down together for a long time.
Uh-oh. I'm scared now.
Hey, welcome to Everyday Asphalt. Glad to have you here. This is kind of the rollout of Apex, and a lot you've done. You're like the behind-the-scenes guy that has been getting all this stuff ready to go, and so we are off and running. Right? We're off and running. That's up for a couple months. So what's the significance of the program to TXAPA? What's the significance of Apex to TXAPA?
The significance is unbelievable. Jim, I just want to break just a little bit and say, I love your logo.
Yeah.
I love your logo.
Thank you.
Great job. But what is so cool to me is the line under that, a TxDOT quality initiative for asphalt pavements. To me, that brings significance to this program.
Sure.
That brings significance to TXAPA.
Absolutely.
Because what we're always concerned about is that we're providing good quality asphalt pavements for the traveling public. That's what we want. That's what we desire. And it takes educated, trained people to do that from every aspect, whether it's going to be in the planning, whether it's going to be in materials, construction, or maintenance. It takes those type of people. So it's very significant for TxDOT as well as TXAPA to participate together in a partnership. That's the significance is a partnership to work on quality asphalt pavements of the magnitude that this will be.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a perpetual program. That means we're always going to have in the pipe training and education tools for all of us, industry as well as TxDOT.
Beyond our time here.
That's right. And then that means we're going to work on the same goal to help the traveling public get what they want out there.
Yeah. Gotcha. Talk to me about communication from that perspective, how this might be able to help our communication.
To me, that's one of the biggest things we have to work on is communication. I think communication is one of those lost arts that we're seeing within our society these days. So what we have to do in our industry is focus to help us connect with each other through communication. And what we have to do is almost kind of teach some people on how to communicate again, because COVID didn't help anything.
No.
And so there's lots of people who got into that role to where they don't have to communicate verbally or one-on-one or face-to-face with people like they used to, but it always helps when they do. And I think most people realize that. So I think we're going to work on communication about materials, about specifications. We're going to teach and talk about those things. We're going to provide tools for that. We're going to talk about construction practices and what that means and how it takes a partnership of industry as well as TxDOT out there to build that quality roadway. We cannot do it by ourselves. TxDOT cannot do it by themselves. Our CEI partners, they can't do it by themselves. So it's going to take all of us to blend together to communicate about what our expectations are. We have to set expectations out there for each other. And then when we achieve those, we need to communicate that. And when we don't achieve them, we got to communicate that too. But that means we need to have pre-paving meetings. We need to have daily debriefs on there, and certainly debriefs after the project for sure. So it's going to be that whole life cycle of communication through meetings, through the roadway, through the lab, whatever it might be, everybody communicating together.
Got it. Since you brought up life cycle, you've now coined the term circle of life. And so as we were having initial discussions about how the different aspects of TxDOT and the industry work together, you want to talk about that just briefly?
Yes. We're all in this together, and that's just what I keep going back to, because that's over my years and years and years. I'm the old guy now. I mean, that's what we're in this together, and it takes everybody. We are specialized in certain areas, and that's great and wonderful, but what we have to truly understand is the job we perform impacts other people, and not just people on that particular project or in that particular office. It affects people all over the life cycle. Right. And so when you design pavements, that means that your design has an impact on the materials that are going to be used, on the construction that will be done, as well as one day some maintenance, and hopefully it won't be that much. So if you do your job up here, you're going to affect all of those. And if you are using the wrong materials or not correct materials or haven't tested that material correctly, you're having an impact on everybody else, and the same in construction.
You got it.
If we're not doing it right out there, you can have the best design in the world, but if you construct it improperly, we're going to have trouble, and we're going to have to do what? Maintenance real quick. So that affects the maintenance guys right there. And what I'd love to see is that communication of even the maintenance people having that communication back to the designers about, hey, you know what? We're starting to see that this particular type of mix on this particular roadway, we're starting to have maintenance quicker. Can you do something different from a design standpoint or a material standpoint? So to me, that whole life cycle is what we have to be in tune with each other to be successful and to be producing quality asphalt pavements.
Good deal. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming out, man.
All righty, man. Thank you.
We'll see you.
Enjoyed it.
All right. Take care. Chris Cowen, DE of San Angelo. Welcome to Everyday Asphalt.
Thanks for having me.
Man, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
You are a busy guy. You've got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yes, this is a busy time of the year for sure. As you know,
Same as
yes,
it's summer. Yeah,
exactly.
And you've got some damage you're dealing with, and
Yes,
everything else.
we were impacted by the July 4th floods.
Yeah.
And then the weekend after, we had additional flooding. So we have been busy with that.
Been a mess.
Yes.
Been a mess. Okay, good. We're here talking about Apex program. You are the co-chair of the Apex Task Force, which serves underneath the Asphalt Pavement Quality Initiative. So you're a big player here. So,
And I'm enjoying it.
and you're enjoying it. So tell me about your experience so far.
So my experience with the Asphalt Pavement EXchange program is I have been a part of the initiative since its infancy.
So last year.
So yes, last year at this time, we were busy spinning up the task force and providing that group with some direction and some timelines and some things that group was charged with from the APQI.
Right.
So it has been a fast and furious, I feel like, year.
Gotcha. It is. It has been. So you're also a DE.
Yes.
Also the DE of San Angelo, and we're asking different people from different perspectives, kind of what they think this program is, and I know you guys talk to the other DEs. You guys have your own little community, just like everybody does. How do you and the other DEs look at this program as a benefit to TxDOT?
So so the district engineers have regular check-ins as a group, and then we have opportunities to visit just personally. And in those conversations, the district engineers are excited for the Asphalt Pavement EXchange program.
Cool.
They are looking forward to the value it's going to bring to their asphalt pavement programs. And then, beyond that, they're looking forward to the opportunity and the information the program is going to share with their employees to help them improve the quality of their asphalt pavements.
And that's the whole goal.
Yes.
That is the ultimate goal. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, you're the task force chairman. So from your vision, what's the purpose of the task force?
Okay. So like you mentioned, the Asphalt Pavement Quality Initiative Steering Committee
Right.
is the overarching group that the task force, the Asphalt Pavement EXchange Task Force, reports to. So the task force is charged with overseeing the overall Apex program, providing the direction, providing timelines. They're overseeing and managing the accountability. So that is what they are charged with. Then there are individual tasks that the task force is handling. The first is got to identify those key topics that we want the Apex to be working towards, and then it is a lengthy list. So that task force
is a huge list.
Is also tasked with prioritizing those because this is going to be a program that lives forever.
Okay.
And so we've got to start with the priorities first, but continue to work our way down that list of priorities, and that list is going to continue to grow.
Absolutely.
So beyond developing those key topics, that task force is also tasked with identifying the target audience.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we going to deliver those key topics, that content to? Beyond that, we're going to need some help in developing the content of those key topics. So the task force identifies the necessary working groups we need to spin up and who the members of those working groups are going to be. And that's going to include TxDOT folks, that's going to include industry folks, that's going to include our consulting world. And then beyond that, the task force provides the direction to the working groups on what they need to be working on.
Okay, good deal. So you guys see an advantage of this program. Obviously, this doesn't really exist in any sort of fashion now. But you guys, from your district's perspective, you guys see, hey, we can use this.
Yes, so there's lots of ways and avenues to obtain information. The advantage to this program is going to be, it's going to be that centralized location, that one-stop shop for those that are seeking out quality asphalt pavement information, education, content. So it's intended, it's going to be an opportunity to go to one location to get that education or ask for that education. It's going to be an opportunity to find resources, references in one location. And then beyond that, it's going to bring together individuals that have the same interest.
Yeah.
Quality asphalt pavements. And that's going to include TxDOT folks. It's going to include industry folks. That's going to include our consulting partners. And hopefully by bringing all those different folks together, it's going to be an opportunity also to foster partnering, to build relationships that hopefully will result in establishing a support network for all those employees that are out there trying to deliver quality asphalt pavement. So there's a bunch of different advantages to this approach.
So let's talk about San Angelo just for a second. How many DOT folk, TxDOT folk?
232 FTEs.
Okay, 232. Do you have a rough percentage of how many of those people would be related, working in, or would need to know about asphalt?
The majority. So when I think about the San Angelo district and the folks that have some part to play in asphalt pavements, when I think about our area offices and our maintenance sections, I'm going to say almost all. There may be a handful of folks that aren't actively engaged in that asphalt pavement program. And then beyond that, our HQ offices, there's lots of folks there that are involved in asphalt pavements as well. So I'm thinking 75 to 85% of the San Angelo district is probably involved in asphalt pavements in some form or fashion.
Oh, okay.
And, when I think about that, then if I take that same percentage and think about TxDOT overall, over 13,000 employees.
It's a lot of people.
You're talking about 10,000 people potentially that are involved in asphalt pavements. And
we are going to be busy, aren't we?
Well, yeah, because it goes beyond the department, right? This program is not intended solely for TxDOT.
No, that's talking about these.
Yeah, all the industry folks that are going to be a part of this.
Consultants?
That's right. Correct.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's kind of daunting sometimes when I sit around thinking about what all we have to do and what our potential impact is to, even just the economic justification of this program. I know John Epps was doing some work on that, and I think they were talking, a year length, extending a year of our pavements 1 year was a couple $100 million.
I provided a presentation on the Apex a couple times, and there is a slide in that presentation that speaks to the economics behind the intended program. So over the next 10 years, the department's planning to place somewhere between 12 to 15 million tons of hot mix
Each year,
annually. Annually, yes, that's correct.
So it's 120 to 140 million tons.
Yeah.
Over 10 years.
Yeah. And if you take just a conservative approach to the pricing for a ton of asphalt, say $100 a ton, you're talking about $1.5 billion a year. And so by improving the quality via this program of those hot mix pavements we're placing out there, yes, we're going to see the benefit of savings of several $100 million a year, which the department then can utilize to deliver on other needs. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because as big as TxDOT is, and as much money as TxDOT has, you're never going to be short.
There's always more to do. There's always more to do.
It's a good way to put it.
Yes.
It's always a good way to put it. All right. Any closing thoughts on this?
No, I'm good. I am looking forward to the delivery of the first phase of the Apex program to our target audiences. I can't wait, and I can't wait for them to participate and really start the snowball effect.
Yeah.
In the fruits of this boat.
Me too. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Time.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
With AL Helmcamp, I'm Director of Civil Construction.
Awesome. How long you been doing that? 28 years.
Yes, sir.
You've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot, and I've been around hot mix since I was 15 years old, which would be 40 years.
A long time.
Yeah, so I run a loader for my dad when I was
No
15
kidding.
years old. Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
always loved the hot mix business.
Have you ever seen anything like this Apex program?
Oh no, this is exciting. I mean, whoever thought of this is they've done something really well, and I know you put your life into this thing right now, and you're kicking butt.
We're full contact.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movement.
Yep. So from a contractor, looking at this from a contractor's perspective, what will the contractors, what will they be able to get out of this program?
I see a couple things, Jim. Number one, we have such turnover at TxDOT and within that we've got to get more information out to these newer people. So I see the training is going to be incredible from that standpoint, which is going to help the contractor. And also see, some of our guys coming over here. Maybe a mid-level guy who's on the cusp of, getting all up there, that he comes over and learns about asphalt and what we're doing.
Okay. Because we're talking about a full range of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's not just construction, and I think contractors can learn a lot about design.
Yep.
That will help them understand what designers have to go through, right?
Oh.
Same thing with materials, same thing even with maintenance. What you do in the field is going to affect what we do with it
Yeah.
later on in the big scheme of things.
I see that being a big benefit, especially like a young project manager.
Okay.
Come over and learn about pavement design, and when you have that job that you don't think's quite right, maybe you can show somebody, hey, this is what I learned over here at Apex, and
Let's talk about
let's put that to use.
Yeah. Or maybe I saw this I think one of the things I think that the contractors will be able to do with this is we're looking at this as a big feedback loop, right, in this big scheme of things. And if we can get you guys, the industry, to feed back to the designers and those kinds of people long term, well, then they'll be able to understand, well, okay, this is really how you have to build this, what you want, or it would be easier to build it this way.
Right.
And so then their designs become more efficient, more effective, more cost effective.
Yeah. And we see today that we're out there building roads we shouldn't be building. We know it, but they're young, and we don't have this tool, Apex, to go, hey, look, this is where you are, young ones. Yeah. No, and I didn't listen. Yeah.
Maybe these folks will.
Yeah.
Maybe these folks will.
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Good deal. And so you're also one of you're the task force coach, industry coach.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So up to the very.
And that's up. And so why did you take that role?
Well, I mean, I think this is one of the biggest things we've ever done at TXAPA with TxDOT. I should say that's a joint deal. And I just saw the importance and the need and the desire. I'm going to be president next year, and I felt like I needed to have my fingers in this little bit and
Awesome.
know what I was talking about. Hopefully,
Yeah, you'll do great. You can call a win under your.
Yeah, I'll finally get a win.
You'll finally get a win. Well, good deal. Anything else? Any other thoughts?
No, I'm just excited. I really appreciate you, and I know you're probably worn out, but keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep the coffee pumping. So,
That's what we do. That's what we do. Thank you. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it.
do that. Thank you, Jim, for your effort.
Man. All right.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Duane Milligan, Director of TxDOT's Construction Division.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Let me just click this. Good to go. All right. So, Duane, welcome to our studio. Welcome to Apex, and what you're on the task force. You're also involved in this pretty heavily. When I say Apex, what does that mean to you?
So to me, Apex is really an effort that's joint effort between TxDOT and TXAPA and industry to really elevate our game in asphalt pavements, especially, and I'll speak mostly about the TxDOT side, but we've got a lot of folks out there that are newer to our organization, new to asphalt. And so we think the Apex program is a way to speed people's development as it pertains to asphalt pavement construction.
Okay.
And just providing people with the resources and knowledge and the things they need to do their job as far as asphalt pavements go.
Okay. So, as you're director of construction division, right?
That's correct.
So, from your viewpoint of the world, what do you believe that this program will bring to construction division?
So, from the construction division perspective, we're always looking to see how we can help the districts do things better, faster, try and ease their pain. So
Sure.
and give them the resources that they need to do the day-to-day things that we do at building highways. And I think Apex is just another one of those tools that the districts can use. So we have the district pavement specialists and also the statewide pavement specialists that works in the construction division. We envision those positions to be a resource to the districts for all asphalt pavement issues. And
Everything left, right, up, and down.
Everything under the sun. And so if there's ever an issue out on a job and we have an inspector out there that doesn't know exactly how to handle it, it's a new situation, new problem, things like that, they can always go to somebody, and that is that asphalt pavement specialist in that district. And they'll either have the firsthand knowledge about how to handle it, or they'll know who to talk to, or know what resource to point that person. So we're not envisioning the asphalt pavement specialist to have all the answers and all the knowledge. We expect them to have good knowledge and in certain aspects, but not everything. Nobody's going to have.
Nobody knows it all. Yeah, nobody knows it all.
But we expect them to know where to go to get those answers and have a good network. I think that is a huge portion of Apex. It's a network share all of these individuals to use to get good answers and to communicate with each other and just have more continuity across the districts.
Sure.
Because, there's nothing better than having everybody getting the same guidance and doing things consistent and all the way across. It's good for us. It's good for our contracting industry.
Sure.
It's good for everybody.
Sure. And I can imagine, I started out as an inspector. I think you did too. Yeah. And so I think sometimes you get out there and you're like going, oh, that wasn't covered, But if I've got someone now I can call, or having access to a resource, or have Apex resources, I go, oh, okay, that's how I need to handle this situation, or that's how I handle this calculation or something, as opposed to kind of going, oh, I don't really know. And so, and again, time's money out there. And I think, if the contractors are treated uniformly the same way, and they know what to expect in a certain district, and there's consistency there, it lowers their risk. And I think that helps everybody out in the meantime, and the big scheme of things. So,
Similar to you, when I started out in inspection, there weren't a lot of resources to go to. And so I had to learn most of the things on the fly.
Yeah.
And just using my best judgment. And
you probably made maybe one mistake.
Plenty of them. There's lots of them. Some I still think about every now and again. But we're just trying to give more resources so people don't have to learn the hard way,
sure,
like we did.
We're speeding up the process,
right? Exactly.
And speeding up. Hopefully, I can, maybe with this materials, we can take somebody to that 2 or 3 year level and maybe 1 or 2 years.
Yes, that's exactly what we need to, because we're seeing a lot higher turnover than we have in the past. A lot of people with fewer years of experience. So the faster we get people from entry level to
competent,
independent, the better off our workforce is.
I like it. Awesome. Anything else?
No, not thinking of anything.
Okay, come on. Well, good deal. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate your time today.
Yeah,
so much. Thank you so much. And looking forward to seeing you out there.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. Ryan, welcome to Apex, to our studio here. We're talking a little bit about the program kind of getting kicked off here. And so we'd like to kind of get your opinion as being the division head of, or the head of Materials and Test Division. So you've been involved in this since day one, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And you were a co-chair of one of them groups. So how's it going? What do you think we're doing so far? How's it going so far?
I think we're doing very well. So as you remember, Apex is a TxDOT initiative that is enhancing operational efficiency, streamlining, and fostering innovation. So I view Apex as a one-stop education program for districts and divisions to understand all aspects of asphalt pavements, including safety, construction, materials, and design.
Okay. So specifically for MTD, okay, how do you see Apex as benefiting you guys in your ability to outreach to the districts and be a support to them?
So Apex will serve as an information exchange program. What this means is that both materials and test division, construction division, and even maintenance divisions have initiatives that are geared towards assisting districts and providing information. I view Apex as a vehicle to further streamline those initiatives to the districts. It allows NTD to talk about the different specifications, different test procedures, materials, anything that district or any participant would need to know to gain better knowledge of the subjects.
Okay, so like a force multiplier for you in some cases. Let's talk about decision making.
Okay.
Within TxDOT, how that's going to improve that?
So Apex seeks to improve the working knowledge and technical knowledge of decision makers. It's those that are actually making decisions that is part of the focus of this program. So by better educating those decision makers, they can make more informed decisions.
Not only just TxDOT.
That's correct.
TxDOT, our consulting engineers, are the people in the industry, the material suppliers, of everybody. If we can expand that or improve that facilitation of communication, we're all moving in the right direction.
You bet. And one thing about Apex is that we do aim to educate all stakeholders about engineering, design, materials, and construction.
Okay.
And as part of that, we do intend to have a lot of sharing lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got those that have have many years of experience that can perhaps shed some light on those that may not have as long.
Being a mentor.
Pass that information along.
Absolutely.
So that it doesn't take you 20 years to gain it.
So we're speeding up the process of getting people to the point where they're making those good decisions like you talked about.
You bet.
Okay.
And I think one of the also key initiatives of Apex is to streamline consistency. It's the lingo. It's everybody having understanding each other when we talk about different topics, which will impact and promote, improve quality.
And I'm sure you see that from a division standpoint, since you're dealing with all 25 districts. It's like, they were handling this one way, we're handling this another way. We're talking about this thing one way, talking about this another way. That's awesome.
And another thing Apex is planning to do is also provide guidance and best practices for those who attend. This is valuable information that will allow those participants to understand and become educated about the different aspects of asphalt pavements.
Cool. Awesome. Well, Brian, thanks for coming in today. Any other thoughts, any parting comments?
Jim, I just say that I'm extremely excited for this initiative. I really think that it's going to benefit not only TxDOT, who is the entity that is initiated by them, but also our industry partners as well.
Good deal. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're in Brownwood. Greg Cedillo, DE. All right. Greg, welcome to the Apex program. What is your role in the Apex program?
Greg Cedillo, I'm the Brownwood District Engineer, and I'm the co-chair in the Apex program.
Which program are you co-chair of?
The Essentials Group. That's what we're calling it. It's kind of more along the lines of what we think is fundamental.
Okay. So why do we need an Essentials program?
So lots of turnover right now in our industry, not just with TxDOT, but with contractors as well. And so bringing this training program together to where we can all sit down on the same page and start saying and speaking the same language, that's going to help build those relationships. And it's good information sharing so we can learn from our mistakes, improve, and continue to move forward.
Gotcha. And who should be attending this program? Just TxDOT people?
No, and that's the beauty of Apex. I think this is what I like about it the most, is that there's a lot of collaboration with a lot of different people, and it's both contractors with industry. It's our consultant partners that help us in our CNI, and it's a lot of our TxDOT people as well too. So it's a great collaborative effort, and so you're going to see all walks of people come through the program. And for TxDOT, what's probably going to look like more along the lines of our inspectors, and that includes our maintenance inspectors as well. But definitely I want my engineering assistants here in Brownwood to also attend what we feel is fundamental for hot mix operations, so that it's going to help them build better plans if they know how a contractor is going to pursue the work.
Gotcha. Length of the course, when and where?
So the plan right now is to kick this off in January. We are kicking the idea of doing a pilot program so that we can kind of get some feedback and refine what we want to put out. But we plan to basically follow the same same aspect of what the seal coat workshops had done as well too. So probably the same kind of geographical type areas, and also condensed time frames, so that maybe we can get this done before everybody really gets busy during the summer.
Okay. So essentials, fundamentals, what does that mean to you?
So for me, it was a good topic that we discussed actually in our group, and it was all over the board. But for me, what that really meant, though, was that to give enough information to put those tools in the toolbox to be an effective communicator when you're on the project. Whether that's a contractor, or it's consultant, or TxDOT, if we're all speaking the same language and we all know what the same goals are and our roles and responsibilities, then it's going to be a whole lot easier for us to address issues on the project. Because we're going to be speaking the same language. We're going to trust what each other says, and we'll know what the issues and what the problems can be, so that way we can work to a resolution. I know early on in my career, you were put out in the field and you were told, observe and learn and measure and pay things for the contractor. And for lack of a better term, you're almost thrown to the wolves. There were some other folks helping you around, but you really didn't know that part of the craft yet. So, and for what's essential for me in my eyes is, if we give enough information and we're training our people to at least speak the same language, then the analogy I use is, in the field, it's hot. It's always going to be hot when we're placing hot mix. And so if you go out there and you don't know your craft and you try to muddle your way through it, it kind of raises the temperature, and then you're afraid to make a wrong decision, and it raises the temperature again. And then it gets to a point to where, well, maybe I should have said something a little sooner, and now the contractor's also now having a fit because something's going wrong, and we're not speaking the same language. There's a communication barrier, and before you know it, those personalities clash, and we have a problem. But if we're all speaking the same language and we all know what the common goal is, to put a quality product on the ground for our taxpayers, and we put that information out there and we're sharing information, when these problems do come up, and they are, because we're all human, and equipment's going to fail, so we can be able to work through these matters and then do it professionally, and then to also deliver a quality product for the taxpayer.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. It was very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
All right. Eric, thanks for coming aboard today and talking a little bit about the industry perspective for Apex. So you're also, not only are you the president this year for TXAPA, but you're also the co-chair for the Essentials Working Group.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, Jim.
So welcome aboard. So what's the Essentials Working Group doing?
We have met several times, and we have tried to narrow down over the last few months the different items that we want to touch on. We start out with like about 100 items, and we've been trying to narrow that down so we can have a 2-day workshop, and we're going to have our pilot workshop in November. And, we'll adjust from there, and then have several different workshops that are starting early next year. And one of the things we wanted to really narrow down was the audience, the target audience. And that target audience is wide open.
It is wide open.
It's everywhere from a 6-month employee to a 20-year employee.
and everybody can get something out of this program.
Everybody needs to know the essentials, right?
Exactly.
All right, exactly. So let's just kind of take maybe a little bit different angle on it. Since you're a contractor, right, and you're part of this group, from a contractor's perspective, at least from what you know so far, what's Apex going to be able to do for you?
Apex is going to be able to provide for us as part of the industry, education for my project managers, for my lab supervisors, and even some of the managers, superintendents on the field, those decision makers, right? But it is also going to help us in the sense that this is open to the consultants and TxDOT as well. We will all be talking the same language, and I think that's very, very important. That's what we're going to get out of this Apex program, that we are all working towards good quality hot mix pavement.
Every work group that we've had has this conversation about terminology, about all being on the same page.
Yeah.
Is there so much of that out there? Even the ones we have today or yesterday or the day before are talking about, hey, we got to make sure we get these terms right. We got to make sure we understand what we're talking about. We're communicating on the same level.
Right.
So it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal. So from from your position, from your company's perspective, who are you going to send to these programs?
Like I said, first go around, because this is an ongoing program. I want to make sure I said that as well.
Yep.
And first, I'm going to send them my decision makers, like I said a minute ago, my project managers, my general superintendents, and my lab supervisors. Let them absorb this, kind of share this with the people that work under them. And then the second go round, I want to send my lead man on the crew. I want to send my technicians, be it in the lab or the level 1B, and attend these classes. Then lastly, I would think our managers even, okay? Our managers need to know what this program is about as well. And then we also in industry are all talking the same language.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things is about that. We not only want people to attend, we want people to participate.
Exactly.
And this will be a little bit different angle than what people are normally used to, because they're going to be asked to participate. And one of the key aspects of this program is knowledge sharing. And we want to get your people to knowledge shared with other people's knowledge. And as we share that, we're going to grow the whole thing. So that's as important as anything else to me in this program, is getting people to build it better, and we can only do that by the collective wisdom from everybody.
Yeah, which along the same lines is that's why I wanted the 6-month employee there together with a 20-year employee. They can share information as well. The 20-year employee really helping out those younger guys.
And you can even teach an old dog. So
there you go. Yes.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. All right. Take care. All right, welcome back. Well, as you can tell, we've got a lot of people that are really involved in this program and are really passionate about it, and we're just really excited about having them be part of this whole program. We've got a lot of work to do. It's going to take a lot of folks to get this thing done. As of today, there's approximately 150 so people from the industry and from TxDOT and from the consulting world that are involved in this program. So you can tell right now there's a huge number of people that are involved in this, and we're so grateful for their experiences that they're sharing already in which are going to enable us to make some really interesting and really cool stuff. So, but let's talk a little bit about the details of the program, just so you kind of have a big picture idea. This program is part of the Asphalt Pavement Quality Initiative Committee, which is a global, large-scale committee which covers a lot of different areas, which consists of industry and TxDOT and the consulting world to overlook and oversee what's happening as far as asphalt in Texas. This is one of many programs that they've got. So the Asphalt Pavement EXchange, as it is denoted, is a quality initiative for asphalt pavements. This is a contract that TXAPA has with TxDOT. We started it a couple months ago. In this program, we have 8 working groups. The 8 working groups are the ones that really drive the whole program move forward. So these different working groups include communication, they include safety, they include ride quality, they include construction inspection, they include materials and mix design, they include pavement design. And there's also 2 other committees. There's one on the Asphalt Pavement Specialist, which you've already heard, and on the Essentials Workshop, which is which will be one of the first big programs that we actually deliver starting later this year. So these working groups are tasked, and these working groups consist of TxDOT people, industry people, et cetera, including consultants. They are on the average of somewhere between 12 and 16 people, and they're tasked to meet and develop items and develop tasks and develop products that they would like to see that would help answer questions and improve the education program across the state. So all these working groups are already meeting, okay? And so they are at various phases along the development side, but they will meet, they will brainstorm, they will clarify their topics that they come up with additional notes. We'll take all that information, and then each of the working groups will develop a ranking or a priority system. And then all those working groups will go back to our task force chairman, the task force that oversees the program, and they will help give us direction as to priority, as to what you want covered first, second, third, whatever. And then the Apex team will actually go out and do that. And the Apex team consists of people that we've already got on board, and we're hiring additional people right now. Adult education, administration, graphics and design, a project engineer. We're still looking for the project engineer, and we're in the process of hiring up for the graphics person as well to help mold and shape this information back into a uniform product. Dr. John Epps is coming on board to help us from his lifetime of experience to help give us those aspects as well. And so we will also then be relying on the expertise of all the folks in the working groups to help us develop out what this program is going to be. So we are working, and we'll show some of this on the screen, but we're working on a list of products that we're going to develop, and these range from very simple one-page documents all the way up to training programs. There's about 10 or 12 items in there. We're going to have a web page that's going to be up, and that will be the focal point of the repository of all this information. Now, we will be developing a lot of new information, but you know what? TxDOT's already got a lot of really good information out there. Sometimes it's just a little bit hard to find. So we're gonna find a way to access that information in such a fashion where it's going to be easy for you or anyone to get access to. This is a TxDOT initiative, so there's no charge to log into this program and get access to this material. So again, we'll be developing all kinds of material from briefs to guides to infographics to videos, YouTube videos, short-term, long-term, long-form videos, workshops, learning management programs, etc. A lot of stuff to do in this program as we kind of move it forward down the road. And as Carl Johnson said earlier, our new chief engineer, this is an ongoing program. This is a continuous program that we're trying to develop. So one of the things you can do if you're interested is getting on our mailing list. You can go to join us at apextx or apextx.org and just send us an email. And we'll get you on, send an email to join us at apextx.org, and we'll add you to our email list so you will be informed as to what's going on and when it's going on. Again, we're starting up right now, and as we go forward and as the months tick by here, we'll start to add information and get our webpage up. Right now, it's a landing page, but we're working right now trying to figure out what all the information needs to be on that, and then we'll start populating that webpage out. As Duane Milligan said, we're working with the Asphalt Pavement Specialist. We will be doing monthly education programs for them. Again, trying to build that group up and foster that communication between staff and just get them to as high a level as we possibly can in the process. This program, Everyday Asphalt is going to stay around. It will still stay Everyday Asphalt, but our product or a mix of topics are going to merge a little bit in conjunction or in concert with what's going to be happening with the working groups. There are topics that have already been established. Some of the working groups are going, these are going to make great Everyday Asphalt sessions. So we will be meeting like this here in our studio and probably sometimes on the road, maybe out on the road or maybe in a district office or in a contractor's office, talking about issues that are related to the quality, improving the quality of asphalt. So that's what this is about. So a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of coordination going on. Again, TxDOT's already got a lot of good products going on, a lot of good processes and programs and stuff. We're going to kind of dovetail on that and get locked into that as well. So this is about marshaling resources, about using what we already know, making it better, developing tools and programs to fit those gap areas, so we can keep things moving forward. So I'm really pumped about this program. I think this is just no one else is doing this anywhere, and so this is just a really neat opportunity for Texas to have a Texas-sized program that is going to be the envy of the nation. So I'm really excited about being part of it. So what's going to happen? Well, you're not going to really see a whole lot of external stuff for the next few months because we're working on developing materials and developing products. So that just takes a while. We're still adding staff. So again, you just have to kind of bear with us. But the first big enterprise will be probably starting in January. We're going to offer these regional essential workshops. Okay, these will be a 2-day workshop around the state. So we'll probably try to get major areas, and we'll do a number of those in the spring and winter spring. So January through about maybe March, April, and then we'll take a pause for everybody to go lay asphalt. We'll go lay good asphalt. And then we'll come back in the fall, winter, and then do some more in the fall and do some more in the winter. This will be an ongoing cycle of programs for us to help get the word out. Again, essentials are essentials. How much can we talk about in 2 days? Well, we're going to talk about it in 2 days and talk about design, materials, construction, and maintenance. And we're not going to do death by PowerPoint. We're going to do it in such a fashion that it's exciting, that it's new, that it's innovative, that it's encouraging people so they understand the whole process and they understand where they fit into this cycle of life as we're kind of coining it nowadays. So again, super excited about this in the long term. So that's about it for today, and I wanted to just take the opportunity to kind of close this thing together and bring it back and let you know what's going on. A lot more stuff to come, but this is the kickoff, and here it is, and we're out there, and if you've got ideas, you can just send an email to join us at apextex.org, or you can send it to jwarren@apextex.org, which is my email address, and keep in touch. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you'd like to see. If you've got ideas, send them. We literally have, and I'm not lying to you, hundreds of ideas from the work groups already, the things that they'd like to see done. So this is as was mentioned earlier, this is a perpetual program. And so we can't do everything the first year, but we're going to get out there and we're going to get as much done every year as we possibly can, and then evaluate that material as we go and make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. So that's it. That's it for today. So thanks for joining us on Everyday Asphalt, our Apex edition, and glad to have you guys here today. And so look forward to serving you in this new role as we move forward. Remember that these are also put up on YouTube and also put up in an audible version on Spotify and on Apple Podcast. And these typically drop the day after, or typically the night of the third Thursday of the month. So glad to have you guys with us. It's going to be a great journey. I look forward to seeing you guys in the field and out there. And if you got ideas, let us know. If you got great projects, give me a call. I'd love to come see them, and let's get them and let's show people how to do this the right way. So thanks again. Ever forward, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you out there.